Hi everyone, in this video we are going to study Maxwell's correction to the Ampere's law. So in Maxwell's equation we are having set of or system of partial differential equation. Those equations describes how electric field generates, how magnetic field generates, and it explains how this magnetic field and electric field interacts each other, and it explains how they influenced by the object. So in Maxwell's equation, it is system of equations. It describes how electric field generates, how magnetic field generates, how this electric field and magnetic field interact with each other, and how electric field is influenced by the object and magnetic field is influenced by the object. So he said he has a set of known experimental results, and he has unified all those results and he formed a set of partial differential equations. In that he has noticed the basic Ampere's law is not generalized. The Ampere's law was applicable only to the particular case. It is not applicable for all the cases. So he wanted to generalize that Ampere's law. So that we study on Maxwell's corrections to Ampere's law. So primarily or in the beginning, originally, Ampere's law in differential form is del cross H is equal to J. Current is curl of the magnetic field. Current is expressed in terms of curl of magnetic field. Here H is magnetic field intensity and J is current density. So when we take divergence on both sides, what will happen? Del dot J is equal to del dot curl of H. We know that divergence of curl of a function is 0. Therefore, del dot J has become 0. This Ampere's law is applicable only in limited situations. It is not applicable to all the cases. Whenever the density is constant, del dot J is 0. Whenever density is constant, del dot J is 0. If density is not constant, del dot J is not equal to 0. So he wanted to correct this term. So this Ampere's law is incomplete. He wanted to find correct Ampere's law which gives the relation between current and magnetic field. So we already derived continuity equation for electric charge. So from that continuity equation, dou rho E by dou T plus J dot del is equal to 0. See, if we consider this conservation of charges, when density is constant, dou rho by dou T is 0. In that case, del dot J is 0. When density is not constant, dou rho E by dou T is not 0. Hence, del dot J is also not equal to 0. I'll take this as equation 2. Now, consider Gauss law. What is our Gauss law? Del dot E is equal to rho E by epsilon. And what is E? Before writing that, we have dielectric field. D can be written as E dot epsilon. So what is E? D by epsilon. Substitute that value here. We have del of D by epsilon is equal to rho E by epsilon. Right? Epsilon is constant. So this has become 1 by epsilon. Del of D is equal to rho E by epsilon. So we got rho E as del dot E. Now substituting this value in equation 2, we will get, so in place of rho E, I am going to substitute del dot D. So equation 2 becomes dou by dou T of del dot D plus del dot J is equal to 0. So if I take del common, I will get del dot dou D by dou T plus J is equal to 0. So this implies J is approximately equal to J plus dou D by dou T. See here we are having del dot J is 0, but here we are having del dot dou D by dou T is equal to, in this case we are having del dot J is 0, but in this case we are having del dot dou D by dou T plus J is 0, right? And so I am taking this from this equation and this equation. We concluded that J is not only J, but it is J plus dou D by dou T. So in Maxwell's equation, instead of J, in Ampere's equation, in Ampere's law, instead of J, Maxwell replaced J by J plus dou D by dou T. This is our basic Ampere's law. Instead of J, Maxwell replaced J as J plus dou D by dou T. See, I repeat. Originally, Ampere's law is del dot H. Originally, Ampere's law is curl of H is equal to J. When we take divergence on both sides, divergence of curl of H is 0. Therefore, del dot H is equal to 0. He found that is Maxwell found that this law is true only when density is constant. When density is not constant, his experimental result is not matching with the mathematical expression. So he wanted to correct the Ampere's law. So he considered continuity equation of electric charge and del dot E is equal to rho E by epsilon, Gauss law. In place of E, substitute in terms of dielectric charge d by epsilon. Epsilon will get cancelled. We'll get del dot D is equal to rho E. So in continuity equation of charge, replace rho E by del dot D. So here we have divergence of J plus dou D by dou T is equal to 0. But here divergence of J is 0. So we have concluded J is approximately equal to J plus dou D by dou T. Thus, Ampere's law has reduced to curl of H is equal to J plus dou D by dou T. So this is Maxwell's correction to Ampere's law. So here dou D by dou T is change in displacement current. So that system of partial differential equation or Maxwell's equations are del dot E is equal to rho E by del dot E is equal to rho E by epsilon, which is Gauss law for distribution of charge. Then del dot B is equal to 0, which is our solenoidal property of magnetic field. Then del cross E is equal to dou B by dou T minus dou B by dou T, which is our Faraday's law. Del cross H is equal to mu dou D by dou T plus J, which is our Ampere's law. Del dot J is equal to minus dou rho E by dou T. This is equation of continuity of charge. At last, F is equal to Q E plus J cross B. This is our Lorentz force. So whenever we apply magnetic field perpendicular to the flow, there exists opposition force. That force we call it as Lorentz force. This set of partial differential equations are Maxwell's equations.